Hey everybody, this is the second point video. Remember we have a point class in the same package as a main or a point main or a runner, depending on how they're called. We're still building the point package or the point class, and this is the class that gives us all the rules about our point object. So here we've done our instance variables, our constructors, and now I want to do a couple generic methods. So I'm just going to do this so that we can see the separation between instance variables, constructors, and now methods. So if I try to print a point at this point, it's just going to show the memory space. So I need to make a toString, and it has to be labeled just as this. It's going to return a string. It's got to be public. It's got to be toString with a lowercase t and an uppercase s. And then I need to return a string. So if I just return this dot x plus comma this dot y, that's going to give us a point with a comma in between the x and the y. I'm going to make it a little fancier and make parentheses around it and put the parenthesis on the other side. There we go. So anytime I go to print a point now, it's going to show both the x and the y. You don't have to print everything in your object, but you do have to print something. And so there's the toString. The other one that seems to be pretty popular is an equals. So equals return true or false. And we're going to want to compare two points. So let's have another point in here and we'll call it other. So we're going to look at this point and the other point. So we're going to return this dot x equals other dot x and this dot y equals other dot y. And so anytime you refer to the object in front of the dot, it's this, and then what's ever in the parentheses, we named it other, so we're going to use this dot x is the same as other dot x, and the reason I can use the double equal signs is these are integers. And the x's have to equal and the y's have to equal in order to 2 points to be equal. So there you go. Anytime you make a class, anytime you make an object, you need instance variables, constructors, a toString, and an equals to make it kind of the generic class. Now, next video, we're going to talk about other types of methods that we are going to do because we have points. So when I think about what those might be, distance formula, midpoint, slope. What else do we do with points? You could do lines. You could do all sorts of stuff. You could do shift, so we can move the points. And those are the next variables that or next methods, sorry, that we'll talk about.